10 years ago, a homeowner in Arizona signed a contract promising 25 years of clean, free electricity. Today, the company that sold them that system doesn't exist anymore, and they're on their own trying to figure out if the panels bolted to their roof are even still covered. And that's not a rare story. That's the solar industry right now. Here's a number that should stop you cold. Between 2024 and 2025, some of the biggest names in residential solar filed for bankruptcy or shut down entirely, including SunPower Corporation in August 2024, Titan Solar Power, Sonova in June 2025, and Mosaic, the lender that backed more than $15 billion in home energy loans. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners were left holding 25-year warranties from companies that no longer exist. And the reason most of them don't know this is happening is because the industry doesn't want you looking too closely at who's actually still standing behind their panels in year 15, let alone year 30. A solar panel is not a light bulb. It's not something you replace when it burns out. You're making a 30-year bet on a piece of glass and silicon sitting on your roof, exposed to hail, heat, and UV radiation every single day, and the company you buy it from needs to still exist decades from now to make good on what they promised you. Most people compare panels on price per watt and call it a day. That's exactly the wrong way to shop, and today we're fixing that. Let's start with the 5 red flags you need to walk away from. First, any panel with only a 10-year product warranty in 2026. This used to be standard, but it isn't anymore. Tier 1 manufacturers now offer 15 to 25-year product warranties, and a 10-year product warranty on a budget panel is considered a red flag in the industry today. If a manufacturer won't guarantee their own materials and workmanship for more than a decade, they're telling you something about how confident they are in what they built. Don't ignore that message. Second, Tier 3 panels with aggressive degradation rates hiding behind a flashy sticker price. Budget panels from Tier 3 manufacturers degrade at 0.8 to 1.0% per year, meaning they reach only 78 to 80% of original output by year 25, compared to premium panels that are still producing nearly 90% at that same mark. That gap compounds over decades into thousands of lost kilowatt hours, and nobody at the sales counter is going to volunteer that math for you. Third, and this is the one almost nobody checks, buying based on the warranty number alone without checking the company's financial health. A 30-year performance warranty sounds incredible until you realize it's effectively worthless if the manufacturer goes bankrupt in year 5. We just watched this happen in real time. SolarWorld USA, once a major American panel manufacturer, saw its parent company declare insolvency, leaving thousands of homeowners with 25-year warranties and no one left to honor them. The paper promise and the actual protection are two completely different things. Fourth, installer-branded or private label panels with no independent manufacturer behind them. When your installer goes under, the panel manufacturer's warranty is supposed to survive independently. Equipment manufacturer warranties remain valid regardless of installer status if you purchased your system outright. But that only works if there's a real manufacturer to call. If the panel was slapped with a sales company's logo and nothing else, you may have no one to contact once that installer disappears. Fifth, panels sold purely on peak efficiency numbers with no mention of temperature coefficient or degradation curve. A panel that tests great in a lab at 77 degrees can lose serious output on your actual roof. Rooftops in hot climates routinely reach 60 to 70 degrees Celsius in summer, and a panel with a poor temperature coefficient can lose around 14% of rated output under those conditions, compared to roughly 9.5% for a better engineered panel. If a spec sheet only brags about efficiency and skips everything else, that's a marketing choice, not an accident. Now here's the part that actually matters: the 5 manufacturers with the track record, the technology, and the balance sheet to still be standing when your panels turn 30. Starting with REC Alpha Pure, this is the panel built around one number that towers over the rest of the industry. REC guarantees 92% of nameplate output at year 25, with degradation held to just 0.25% annually, one of the highest year 25 floors of any residential panel sold today. What makes REC different for actual homeowners is the ProTrust program. Installed by a REC certified solar professional, you get 25 years of product warranty, 25 years of performance warranty, and 25 years of labor warranty, which is the piece almost every other manufacturer leaves out. REC is now owned by Reliance Industries, one of the largest conglomerates in the world, which matters more than it sounds like it should when you're talking about a promise that has to hold for 3 decades. Second is Silfab Solar. This is a North American manufacturer with plants in Washington State and Canada, and their monocrystalline panels come with a 25-year workmanship warranty paired with a 30-year performance warranty when installed through a registered Silfab installer. Silfab guarantees at least 82% 92.6% of nameplate output at year 30, with degradation held to 0.50% per year. That extra 5 years of coverage beyond the industry standard isn't marketing fluff. It's a manufacturer putting its money where its mouth is on a technology it clearly trusts. Third, Q Cells. This company doesn't get the same headlines as the boutique brands, but it earned its reputation the boring way, through consistency. Q Cells guarantees 86% of total power output by year 25, with a 0.5% annual degradation rate, and it backs that with the Q.Partner Labor Reimbursement Program, covering up to $250 per claim on systems 25 kilowatts or smaller. It's not the flashiest number on this list, but Q Cells has stayed a dominant, stable manufacturer, while plenty of flashier names have gone under around it, and stability is exactly what a 30-year bet requires. Fourth is Maxeon, the company formerly tied to the SunPower brand. Maxeon panels use back contact cell technology, which means there are no solder bonds sitting on the light-facing surface of the panel, and that design choice alone reduces corrosion and fatigue failure over decades of heating and cooling cycles. Maxeon backs this with a 40-year product and performance warranty, guaranteeing 88.25% output at year 40, the longest warranty term in the residential solar industry, with annual degradation warranted at just 0.25%. Here's the honest caveat, and you need to hear it. SunPower underwent a significant corporate restructuring in 2026, and its Maxeon technology division has been affected following SunPower Corporation's 2024 bankruptcy. The panel technology is genuinely excellent. The corporate history behind it is genuinely messy. If you're considering Maxeon, that's a conversation to have directly with your installer about who is actually standing behind the warranty paperwork today, not 5 years ago. Fifth, Canadian Solar's Topiku 6 line. This one represents where the entire industry is heading. It carries a 25-year product warranty and a 30-year performance warranty, built on TOPCon cell technology that eliminates the boron-oxygen light-induced degradation that has plagued older panel designs for years. Real-world TOPCon degradation typically runs at 0.35 to 0.40% per year, a meaningful improvement over the panels that were standard just 5 years ago, and Canadian Solar has the manufacturing scale and financial footing to back a 30-year promise without blinking. Here's the pattern worth noticing across every panel on this list. None of them are the cheapest option in the showroom. Every single one comes from a manufacturer with either massive scale, a major parent company, or decades of continuous operation behind it. That's not a coincidence. Institutional investors evaluating utility-scale solar now apply financial health scoring to manufacturers before approving them for any project, because they've learned the same lesson homeowners are learning the hard way. The panel is only as good as the company's ability to still be answering the phone in year 20. And here's something the industry doesn't advertise nearly enough because it complicates the sales pitch. Panels installed in the 1980s and 1990s have been tested, and many are still operating above 80% of their original output after 35 to 40 years. The 25-year number stamped on every warranty isn't the actual lifespan of the equipment. It's a conservative commercial figure manufacturers feel safe committing to. Quality panels typically last 30 to 40 years in practice, well beyond the warranty period itself. The real question was never whether the silicon would survive. It's whether the company selling it to you will still be around to prove it. So before you sign anything, do 3 things. Ask for the manufacturer's actual degradation curve, not just the year 25 headline number. Ask who owns the company and how long they've been manufacturing panels, not just installing them. And ask what happens to your warranty specifically if your installer disappears, because after the last 2 years, that's no longer a hypothetical question. It's the single most important thing on the entire contract.